Hello, welcome to my Jacob's Doctor Who Series 2, Episode 4, the girl in the fireplace review of Series 2. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, the girl in the fireplace. Well, you see basically this lady at this fireplace, and she's calling the Doctor's name. And basically you end up seeing her calling the Doctor's name, calling out for the Doctor to help her. But the Doctor's not showing up at the moment. And then basically it goes to when the Doctor and Rose and Mickey Smith basically end up on this spaceship, and the TARDIS lens materializes on the spaceship, which is really cool. Rose, the Doctor, and Mickey step out of the TARDIS and have a wander around, and basically you end up seeing, the Doctor ends up seeing, this basically fireplace type thing, and the Doctor crouches down and goes, "Hello, who are you?" And this little girl goes, "Renette." And the Doctor goes, "Pleased to meet you, Renette. Can you tell me who this, where we are?" And she was like, "Well, I'm French." So basically they've made it to the French people, where the French queens and kings live. Basically. Which is really cool. So the Doctor basically goes in to the room where little Renette is, which is really cool to see how the Doctor goes into the room. And you basically hear this clock, which is really cool. Renette has this clock type thing, and it's kind of making noise, but her clock is basically ruined, smashed. And the Doctor goes, "What's that making that noise?" And Renette goes, well, my clock doesn't work, so it can't be my clock, or whatnot. Something along the lines of that. And basically, the Doctor goes, well, it's something 6 feet tall, like a man or something like that. And then basically the Doctor puts his sonic screwdriver and goes like that underneath the bed. And basically this blade knife thing comes out of the bed, and it's this thing, this enemy called the Clockwork Droids, which is really cool. The Clockwork Droids are really cool. I like the Clockwork Droids in Series 2. This is one of my favourite episodes. The Girl in the Fireplace is one of my favourite episodes of Series 2 because of the Clockwork Droids, which is really cool. And basically, what I said, the Clockwork Droid basically comes out from under the bed. You end up seeing the Doctor basically hose down with a freaking fire extinguisher, and it freezes the Clockwork Droid, but then it gets out of the freeze mode type thing, which is really cool. Then basically you end up seeing the Doctor go, to Rose and Mickey, "Don't go after it. Whatever both you do, don't go after it." And basically Mickey and Rose end up going after the Clockwork Droid, disobeying the Doctor's instruction basically, which is the stupidest thing. And then basically you end up seeing the Doctor go back into Renette's room, but Renette's older. And she's basically Renette de Pompadour. And basically of course, the Doctor and Renette have a snog. Which is really funny. The 10th Doctor in Series 2, and the 10th Doctor always gets the snogs, always gets the girls who snog him all the time, because he's the one and the only best Doctor, I've got to say. As I say in my previous videos, 10th Doctor is my favourite Doctor. David Tennant is my favourite Doctor, so go the 10th Doctor, by the way. And basically, yeah, the Doctor gets a snog by Madame de Pompadour, which is really funny to see. And then basically the Doctor goes, "I just snogged Madame de Pompadour." Which is really cool. And then basically you end up seeing the Doctor get a pet horse following him around, which is like the stupidest thing, like the horse scene, oh my god. And to give you this one thing, they couldn't really have the real horse in the studio, because so they had this fake thing as the horse, which is really cool. I learnt that from my friend Ryan. He actually told me, which is really cool. I didn't even know that they couldn't use the real horse in the studio, which was really cool. Then basically you end up seeing like Rose and Mickey see a heart. Basically you end up seeing a heart, like a human heart, in this machine. And what the clockwork droids are doing is looking for the parts, getting ready for when Madame de Pompadour is ready for the parts, basically, which is really cool to see. Then basically you end up seeing Madame de Pompadour and her friend outside in the garden. The Doctor's like spying on her, creepy spying. Which is really funny to see. Then basically you end up seeing like Rose and Mickey and the Doctor basically go into this other time, like crack type thing, if you want to call it, like time crack thing, to get into Renette de Pompadour's like realm type thing, the French realm, which is really cool to see the Doctor, Mickey and Rose in there, to all three of them in there with Renette de Pompadour, and they're asking the clockwork droid questions to see why they're after Renette de Pompadour. And they go because they need the parts, basically. As I said before, they need the parts to Renette de Pompadour. And basically, like, you end up seeing Rose talk with Renette de Pompadour, and Rose says, the Doctor will come to you when it's time when they have the parts, in 5 years. So basically, you see that, like Rose talking with Renette de Pompadour. And telling her that the Doctor will come to her when she needs him to, basically. Then basically you end up seeing the coolest bit. You end up seeing like Renette de Pompadour and her men and all that stuff, and the prince, well, the king, are basically under attack by the clockwork droids, and Doctor like goes on the horse and smashes through the window, which is like the freaking coolest moment when the Doctor like rides on the horse, smashes through the window, saves Renette de Pompadour. And then basically the droids like completely shut down because basically the parts are all destroyed, basically. So they can't really make any more parts, and that's why the Clockwork Droids basically end up destroying themselves. Basically, unwinding, basically. Then you basically see Renette show the Doctor that she has the same setup in her room, like as the fireplace. Which is really cool, so the Doctor could get back. And then basically, like, the Doctor goes, pick a star to go to, because Renette was going to go with the Doctor. I wouldn't really mind seeing Renette come back if she did come back eventually. Like, who knows, with Peter Capaldi, maybe, with the Doctor that we have now. I wouldn't mind her coming back at some point, because I know when I get to, because I know when in Deep Breath the Doctor mentions Renette de Pompadour, and I'm hoping, who knows, she might come back eventually, who knows. Please let me know in the comments if you want Renette de Pompadour to come back, because I do thumbs up to Renette de Pompadour, which is really cool. I'm pretty sure, I'm guessing she could be Romana as well. This is my guess, Romana. She could be Romana, or the Rani maybe, something like a Time Lord like that. And basically, you end up seeing, like, the Doctor go back to Renette after he says pick a star, and basically, Renette de Pompadour has passed, supposedly. I'm pretty sure she didn't, really, but we have to wait and see if she ever comes back or not. So she died at the age of 43, supposedly, the King said to the Doctor, and handed the Doctor a note. What Renette de Pompadour wrote the Doctor, and the Doctor takes the note back to the TARDIS and reads it, and it says, "My lonely Doctor, my lonely God," something like that. And the Doctor basically kind of has a teary moment. Because she's dead, supposedly. And then basically you end up seeing, when the TARDIS basically takes off, you end up seeing a picture frame with Renette de Pompadour on it. Could that be a clue to Renette maybe coming back in the near future? Who knows? We don't really know for certain, but hopefully she does. I'm hoping she does. Renette de Pompadour comes back in the near future for Doctor Who. That would be pretty cool to see her come back, like maybe as Romana or the Rani. Please let me know in the comments below. Would you want to see her come back as the Rani or Romana? Who knows? My guess, she's probably Romana. It's an open door to see who she is. It's a guess. We don't really know. But I rate this episode a perfect solid 10 out of 10. Love the funny scenes in it, like when the horse kept following the Doctor. I loved how the Clockwork Droids were a great enemy, and they were trying to get the parts to Renette de Pompadour, which was really cool. And basically I liked this episode. So thank you guys for watching this episode review of the Jacob's Review Show, of The Girl in the Fireplace, and see you guys next time for another Jacob's Review. And signing off from the Jacob's Review Show, goodbye.